Once upon a time, in the north of Garut city, there was a village whose residents mostly worked as farmers. The fertile land of the village and no shortage of water really helped farmers to produce a lot of rice with good quality. Despite living with abundant crops, people there lived in poverty. This was caused by the presence of a very stingy person named Nyai Endit. Nyai Endit was a rich widow who lived in the village. Since her husband died, she inherited a lot of wealth. Unfortunately, her wealth made Nyai Endit stingy and arrogant. Nyai Endit was used to oppressing the farmers who lived in the village. She often forced the farmers to sell their rice at a lower price. And when the community's rice supply ran out, they had to buy it from Nyai Endit at a high price. Nyai Endit never wanted to help people who were in trouble. Every time people come to ask for help, Nyai Endit refused it arrogantly. Instead of helping the villagers, Nyai Endit preferred to spend her wealth on partying in the village. In the middle of the party, Nyai Endit would show off her wealth to the villagers there. The party held by Nyai Endit would always bring big things to the people there. Nyai Endit's party slowly began to run out of food and the people began to feel hungry. Meanwhile, Nyai Endit always partied with luxurious food in her house. The residents there were forced to buy food from Nyai Endit, and the price she set were very unreasonable and even 5 times more expensive than the original.
On a very hot day, Nyai Endit held another very big party. This made the locals worried that their rice supply would run out, and the hot sun was a sign that the dry season had arrived. In the midst of the lively party, an old beggar came from a distance. He was wearing shabby clothes and pants. The beggar walked over past the resident houses with a look of pity and met Nyai Endit at her house. The old beggar said, "Nyai, please give me a food. I'm hungry and I haven't eaten for days. Please help me." Nyai Endit, who saw the beggar, felt disturbed. She tried to call the guard to chase the beggar out of her house. "Get out of my house, you dirty beggar! Can't you see I'm having a party? You're ruining all of my fun with your smell!" Nyai Endit shouted in an irritated tone. Soon, the guards arrived and forced the old beggar to leave immediately. The beggar left, feeling very sad. The day changed, and Nyai Endit still felt uncomfortable with the arrival of the shabby beggar at her party yesterday. When she left the house, she found something strange. On a road in the village, a stick was found stuck in the ground. None of the residents knew why the stick was there. Strangely, no one managed to pull out the stick, and unexpectedly, the beggar that Nyai Endit had chased away earlier returned. Seeing him, Nyai Endit felt furious again. Nyai Endit immediately said, "So it's you, the old beggar again. Maybe the strange stick stuck in the ground is all your fault. Pull it out and get off of here immediately." After it was removed, water suddenly flowed from that place. As time went on, the water became swifter and higher, filling the place. Because they were afraid of drowning, the residents rushed to save themselves. They fled to find a safer place, but unlike Nyai Endit remained in her house full of possession and her jewelry, until finally she drowned along with her house and its contents. The place turned into a lake, which was the name Situ Bagendit. Situ means lake, and Bagendit comes from the name of Nyai Endit. According to the story, people believe that they saw a leech as big as a mattress at the bottom of the lake. They say it was the incarnation of Nyai Endit who failed to escape from the water trap.